Oh, there you guys are. Welcome back. Today, we're gonna check out the 50. If you're wondering, this thing came from Montana. Y'all know how much I like Montana. That's all this whole state is. Meth. Meth and proof that this whole world is just a cold, dead rock. Anyways, when I got it, it had a small block Chevy and a turbo 350 in it. Now, it's got a 6.0 LS and a Power Glide. Why I did this? I don't know. I guess I was bored. It ran better with the small block, not gonna lie. Although, that's because this thing isn't tuned yet. And it's also basically all the parts I've been holding on to for the last couple years, just all compiled into one big, beautiful mess. As you can see, I ended up having to make steering to go around the exhaust manifold. I used stock truck manifolds, and then basically just made a crossover to go to the aftermarket. It's like a Silverado style manifold. It's got a 4-inch downpipe that goes down around the frame and kind of just drops off, you know, right underneath where the step is. Got the old Sniper intake, 1000cc injectors, Sniper throttle body. It's got some pretty good stuff in it. Gen 4 internals. So it's got the trunnion upgrade and aftermarket valve springs. It has LS3 style heads on it, and basically the motor is pretty much stock. It's got a big cam in it from a buddy's car that I have no idea what it was because I bought it like 2 years ago. It's got nice little underdrive pulley, studs, you know, just random stuff that was laying around. I had an old 67 Camaro that came with a Power Glide, but it was pretty much a race car. Ended up just throwing that in, deep pan, stall, trans brake, you know, just the basic stuff. Came with the shifter. This truck actually came with the bench seat, which I actually really like, except for the colors, which is basically the whole thing. If it was black, I would like it much more, but thinking about painting the truck blue, so it should match anyways, except for a different color than this. They were gonna go with a baby blue, it looks like. It's nice, but too baby blue for me. You can see we have our 1980s steering wheel, which I'm actually not sure what it came out of. I'm guessing a Silverado or something, but it'll do till we get something nice. Also, we have the Dakota digital gauges, the Dakota digital other stuff, and I just got the GPS speedo because when I went to hook up the regular plug, the cable on the side of the transmission was missing and a freeze plug was installed, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna take this freeze plug out, there's not going to be a gear, and then I'm gonna be sad. So I took the freeze plug out, there was not a gear, and I was sad. So I ended up ordering the Dakota Digital GPS Speedo, and we haven't hooked it up yet. I don't really know how it works, but I guess that's half the fun, is figuring it out, and once it all ties in together, it should be pretty sweet. I ended up using a Terminator X, and so far it works pretty good. I got it where it'll fire up and we can move it. Here's the gauges. They are pretty nice, not gonna lie. I think on future builds, maybe for the GMC, I'll actually get the same kind of gauges. The lights, headlights, taillights, brake lights all still work, even turn signals and everything. So that's a plus. As you can see, there's a couple of things I would like to tidy up on this thing. One would be mount the shifter, and I think I'll get one of those pedestals so that the shifter will sit up higher. I think that would look nice, and also going to end up probably painting the floor in something, you know, nice and tough so that it doesn't get all scratched up, or if it does, it, you know, probably will use something like a Rhino liner or something like that, except for, you know, something that looks good, not like just truck bed liner. I've got to add intercooler pipes because all I've got is basically just this little intake. I think the radiator might be clogged, so I'm going to end up getting an aluminum one. That's basically intercooler pipe stop here. I'm going to go around. I have something in the works for the front for the intercooler, super tight in the back, and then right around, and I probably will do 3-inch, step it up to 3.5, and then 4-inch going in. Everything else is pretty much set up. Basically, after the intercooler pipes, it's time for the dyno, and it should do pretty good. I think this motor, it should make, 600, probably pretty easy on this setup. It's nothing special, just, something we threw together. It does have dual 044 fuel pumps, fuel cell that I bought off eBay because it looked like it would fit pretty good. It does, I like it. Down the road, probably gonna change out this drive shaft that it looks like someone took glue and glued it to the end. No, just kidding. Probably gonna end up switching it out though, because it doesn't look great. I'm sure that thing vibrates like crazy. We did drive it around, but it didn't seem to, but we also didn't drive it very much. A couple other things is I'm thinking about doing 4-link in the back and dropping this so it's even with the front. So I have 17-inch rims for the front. Probably going to end up putting those on, dropping the back, and then getting this filler panel, and then I think we're going to end up doing some body work and painting it. Now I bought a gallon of paint for one of my other cars I ended up trading off. It's Bermuda Blue Metallic, so I think we might end up doing that in this. It's like the 2000s Chevy color that's blue-green. It should look pretty cool. Once I paint it, I'll probably like it. Also on the list is clean up this harness. This is kind of just thrown in just to get it started. I did notice that the fuel pressure was a little bit low. It was about 25, 30 pounds. So I'll probably jack that up to about 40, 45, because that's where it would like it. Actually, there's a setting in the Terminator X for either like 45 pounds or like 60 pounds. And I don't remember what I set it to, but that could actually be the one of the little things that are making it like not run as good as it should. I said I went into the ECU and I set it up, but it hasn't run very long, and I just basically wanted to get it drivable. I'm going to bring it to the tuner, but I would like to have it good so that when he's ready to go, he can just do his job and not have to deal with my mess. So that's always a good thing to do. Overall, this thing is super solid. Like, there might be some scuffs and stuff, but the whole thing is just metal. I haven't found really any Bondo or anything like that on it. Not anywhere that it shouldn't be. They did shave the hood, so I'm sure there's a little bit down the center, because usually there's a chrome piece. Also, this thing is extremely filthy. It looked way better before it went on the trailer. It's got some road grime. It just went 3,000 miles. But yeah, it's pretty dang solid. Just a couple little things to fix up before we actually spray it. I do need the filler panel on the other side, like I said. They had Frenched in these lights. I do like them. It looks pretty neat. The only problem is one of them's angled this way. The other one is angled this way. It's turned a little bit. I went underneath and looked at the brackets, and one of them set up nice and the other one's like cut and turned. So I don't know if they knew what they wanted to do or if they were just like testing them. I'm gonna go in and make sure that they both match on both sides, because when you look at it from the back, it's like something's a little bit off with that thing. The back will probably just end up getting a wood floor. Probably just get like the wood kit. I gotta go in and do some body work. I'm probably not going to go all crazy with the back, because this might actually get used as like something to run around and get parts and stuff with. So if it gets banged up a little bit, that's fine. It's a hot rod, so I'm not too concerned. It doesn't, it's not a show car. I'm not trying to build any show cars, because you build them, you put them in a parking lot, somebody comes by and sits on it and scratches it, and then you're pissed. Me, I don't care. You open the door on it. It's not perfect. You really should respect other people's stuff. Somebody goes through a lot of work to get these things really nice. The Nova here is really nice. You open a door on that thing and man, you ruin their day. That's just not nice. Well, I would do some drive-by videos with it, but it's really not set up that great yet. I haven't even got an electric fan on it. Just remembered that. I hope you guys have a great day, and tune in next time. The only car we got left to do is the Nova, and I think you guys will enjoy that. Also, that vent totally works. When I was up north, we opened it up and drove down the road, and I froze to death. Literally froze to death. I died. I was dead.